Can you go and push Jude? He wants you to push him. Go on, help him.
It's 2014 and young Isla and Jude are as playful as ever.
Good pushing, Isla.
I want to have a turn.
You want to have a turn?
Yes.
They were born seemingly healthy. They hit all of their early milestones. We had no idea that there was anything untoward.
But as Isla and Jude grew older, they went backwards. It turned out they had dementia, a terminal disease usually associated with the elderly.
So what's it for, Isla? What's that for?
My mummy bought it.
What did she buy it for?
She bought it.
My daughter began to slow in her development around the age of 2.5, and we eventually received her diagnosis at 4. At that stage, Jude was 2 and not presenting with any symptoms.
Did dementia ever cross your mind?
No, my grandfather had dementia, and like most people, I understood dementia was, an ageing disease. It isn't only an ageing disease, it is affecting children as well.
That's good. Yeah, good pushing.
Like adult dementia, childhood dementia leads to a loss of memory and brain function progressing over time.
Okay, you going to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye, camera.
Bye, Taylor.
You're happy.
This is Isla now at 14 years old.
Hey. Oh, Happy? Happy? We've lost most of the little person that my daughter was. She has no language anymore. I don't know if she recognises me most days.
Jude is now 12.
Where is his house?
His name was Huckleberry, I think, wasn't it? Huckleberry and Blueberry.
Where is his house?
He lives in the big tent.
Where is his house?
Or does he live in the caravan? My son is following in her footsteps. That's what brothers do, right? They follow in their big sister's footsteps, and that's what he's doing. So everything that we've lost from Isla, we know we'll also lose from Jude.
Jill and Brendan O'Grady are watching the early stages of dementia in their 2 children, 10-year-old Rory and 7-year-old Anna.
I can get up here.
Rory's 10, but cognitively, he's probably more like a 5-year-old.
Again. Am I wee on these wee?
What might take a neurotypical kid a week to learn would take Rory months. Learning not just numbers, letters, learning things like getting your shirt on the right way around. I don't think he's put his shirt on the right way around ever. He needs to rehash things in conversation with us over and over again because it takes those repetitions to really sink in.
Oh, I put it the wrong way around.
Rory's symptoms began when he was 3, but when Jill and Brendan went to doctors, they struggled to find a diagnosis.
None of them were joining the dots, putting the puzzle pieces together. We'd seen multiple doctors with concerns about Rory's development, and our concerns were somewhat dismissed as he was just a typical boy, he'll catch up. I'm quite confident that if I hadn't randomly stumbled upon it on Google, that we still wouldn't have a diagnosis for Rory, and certainly not Anna. She's been diagnosed because Rory was.
I can do it 2 ways.
Oh, wow.
Both Rory and Anna have Sanfilippo syndrome, one of the more than 70 rare genetic conditions that make up childhood dementia.
Hey, Anna.
Individually, these conditions are rare, but collectively they're much more common than people realise, occurring in about 1 in 2,800 live births.
Childhood dementia has no cure, but researchers are looking for effective treatments. Young Thomas Johnston and his mum Pip have travelled from northern New South Wales to Adelaide's Women's and Children's Hospital to take part in a global clinical drug trial.
Thomas is almost 6 years of age, and at the moment his development is roughly that of a 2.5-year-old, and his speech is roughly that of, say, an 18-month to 2-year-old.
Thomas's dementia is called Niemann-Pick disease type C.
It's a very challenging thing to come to terms with, that you're looking at your child who is relatively normal and incredibly happy, and you're looking at this situation kind of in a way planning their funeral, which sounds awful, but it's an incredibly, it just wipes the carpet out from underneath you.
How you going?
Paediatric neurologist Dr Nick Smith has taken on Thomas's case.
Many colleagues within the health system are unaware that childhood dementia exists, and it's not uncommon for us to hear statements such as, well, dementia is an adult problem, it's a problem for elderly people, childhood dementia does not exist. Well, clearly that's not the case.
The trial is testing a drug that's hoped to slow this specific condition.
This one for your finger, Thomas.
This research, I think, is fair to say can well be described as pioneering.
Go to the corner!
Advocates say greater attention on childhood dementia is needed to help with research. Megan Mack heads the Childhood Dementia Initiative.
Is there one for me?
My sunshine away. My grief response was to do something. We would like to see children recognised as a priority population in the National Dementia Action Plan. We'd like to see children included in the national data sets that track and monitor people with dementia.
Hey, put those little bits
For Jill and Brendan, it's one day at a time.
We try not to think about the future, and we just live for now, and for now they're here and they're happy.
We don't know what's down the track, so it's being there for them and supporting them, answering their thousands of questions over and over again. That's what we've got to do.